Who's out there? Who's out there? Come here, let's see. Come here. Let's open up this door. Who has the gumption to be walking around outside, huh? I don't think anybody, bud. I think we're all clear, sir. You ready? Come on, let's go. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. I'm a small reseller. I sell on eBay, Niknax, and as of the last month and a half, also on Whatnot. I've had a few of you guys asking me for just some more details on Whatnot, how it works, how to get started, that kind of thing. And so I thought I'd make a short, kind of dedicated video strictly to Whatnot today. Okay, so let's start on the main Whatnot page. Once you're signed up and signed in and everything, this is generally what it's going to look like. You're going to have a search bar up here, explore, you can hit your home page button. Here's my name. It has For You, so these are sellers and stuff that they believe I like because they sell in similar categories, things like that. These are hosts that I follow, and then antiques, vintage, and ephemera. So this will pull up everybody who sells within that category. So it's pretty neat. You can find pretty much everything on Whatnot. I mean, you can see here that there are sports cards, there's comics, there's all kinds of stuff. Essentially, if it is legal to sell, you're likely to find it on Whatnot, okay? So let's go over here, click on my little home button page thing. It shows I have 89 people following me. I have 77 people that I follow, so there's probably some in there that I need to go in and follow back. But this is where you can, kind of your quick menu, your shows, orders, listings, all the things, right? Going straight to your Seller Hub. Now, Seller Hub is only available on desktop or the web browser version on your phone. Although, I'll be honest with you, the web browser version on your phone, at least on my phone, which I have an Android S9, it's a lot easier to do just from the regular desktop rather than your phone. So just a heads up. So let's click on Seller Hub, and you can see it's going to pull up the first category option here, listings. So these are so far all the items I have listed. Pretty much everything else I've been selling on Whatnot, I have been unable right now to really create a listing for because I'm unable to upload more than one photo at a time. That is not normal. Normally you can upload generally all the photos at once. What happens when I'm doing it is if I upload more than one photo, it will freeze and I have to exit the listing and start all over. And so it is very, very time consuming for me to create listings, whether it be for my marketplace or for my live sales, to like preload items, because the last time I did that, I spent a day and a half, literally a day and a half worth of time uploading 22 items because of this issue. So it is a very big issue, and it is very much preventing me from being able to utilize Whatnot to the fullest of its actual ability. However, I do want to say that there's a lot of people that sell on Whatnot, like Crazy Lamp Lady and Harry Tornado, and I have never seen that they've had any issues with this, at least not that they've spoken about. I know Jocelyn preloads her live sales, at least the day or evening or so before, and I'm doubting she is spending a day and a half doing that, especially considering that she usually uploads 40 to 50 items, I believe. So it would just be ridiculous for her to have to do, for anybody to have to do, frankly. So the other thing I'll say is that I have been in contact with support frequently about this issue, and it is my understanding that they are very well aware of it. I don't believe I'm the only one that's having this problem. They kind of indicate that they've got their team working on it, trying to figure it out, working on fixing some bugs and doing some updates. So I don't have a time frame for when that will be, but hopefully sooner than later, because ideally I would prefer that everything I have available in my auction be preloaded so that if there's anything anybody wants me to run, because that's kind of how I do it. I just say, hey, you guys tell me, what do you want me to run? We'll run it. And we just kind of spend the rest of the time chit-chatting, shooting the shiz, as they say. And I like that like style of format. I feel like I can interact with you guys a lot more. However, if I don't have my things uploaded, I have to stop and upload them during the sale, and that takes, I don't know, 2 to 3 minutes per item, and it's just not conducive. It takes away from me being able to see your comments and interact with you, and I just don't like it. I wish that I could have it all preloaded for you with a picture, a little description, all that stuff, but I just can't spend the time doing that right now. So hopefully they fix it soon. Let's see, let's click on shows. All right, in my shows category, you can see my current live stream, okay, and it's kind of separated here. Here's all my ended live streams. My next sale is Wednesday the 31st at 7 p.m. All right, and you can click edit stream, and you can go in here and you can add in, I've already got my category and date, time, but you can add moderators if you want, upload a thumbnail and video, which I have done before, and I do actually strongly recommend. I really, really do. I think it's one of the best things if you want to get people to come into your sale to do that. The reason I haven't been doing it is because, well, as I told you about my photo issue, it's just kind of making things difficult. If you want to run kind of a mock trial of your show to make sure your lighting, background music, all that stuff looks and sounds good, you go in here and you turn on private mode. Now, you can't turn this on once your sale is started, okay? But you can turn this on and you can invite. Nobody will be able to see that your show is quote unquote live. It is a mock trial. So you can send people an invite, and they would be able to link into the show and, tell you from their end how things are looking and stuff. So it's a very, very useful tool. Okay. You can do coupons. So coupons, once you've scheduled once you've scheduled your show, you'll be redirected to the coupons page to add a coupon for this show. So like you can go in and put like $5 off orders over $25, things like that. They do have some additional, like, I kind of look at it, parental guidance sort of things. Explicit content. Turn this on if your stream contains explicit content. So like follow that bug vintage, Kate. I imagine she has to use that button occasionally. She likes to do some of the naughty vintage items, novelty items and stuff. So I don't know, maybe she uses that. But also just if your overall language is predominantly what would be considered inappropriate at a societal level, you can turn that on. And that kind of just warns people before they click into the show. Mute words. You turn this on when you'd like to mute words from your show's chat. So this is from within the chat, okay? So messages containing these words will be flagged and will not be visible to your show's viewers. So you can put whatever words you deem unacceptable and don't want seen in your chat, you can add those in. I don't ever do that, but as of right now, I have yet to have that problem. So, I also kind of feel like if it started getting to that point, that's definitely when I'd be looking at needing moderators and stuff. And I think most people on here, you have to be 18 and over in order to sell on Whatnot. So really, we've all heard words and stuff. I think that's something that moderators could easily handle. So that's not really something I technically worry about. But if you're not going to have any moderators, it's definitely a good option. And then, of course, we already talked about private mode here. All right. So let's go over to my orders page. So as you can see on here, so this is all my orders, created orders, nothing processing completed. I don't have anything in there. I don't think. Let's see, completed. Okay, so these are the ones that I have sold before or done as giveaways. That's all of them. Canceled orders. I don't think there's been any canceled. Okay. All right, so that's kind of it for your orders, okay? Tips. These are tips that, you've gotten during shows and stuff like that and show you. Coupons. Here's a coupon I had done back on January 7th. Here's another coupon. Let's open that up. So this one's $5 discount on orders over $25. Everyone can do it. Let's see, one live stream eligible. So we can edit this coupon. I will add it on to my new one. And there we are. It doesn't look like anybody's claimed any of my coupons or anything, however, though. So referrals. Oh, I have one sign up. Look at that. One sign up. I don't know who that is. So this goes over how referrals work. Buyers and sellers both get a kickback out of it, which is very smart, I think. Buyers get, like if they use my link, they're a new buyer, they get like $15 whatnot credit to spend. They don't have to use it with me. They can spend it anywhere. So it's pretty interesting. Pretty good layout. All right, your payouts and ledgers. This is going to be, like this one was a giveaway I did. Let's see. Let's go to seller resources. All right, so I would strongly suggest going over into seller resources. So you can sign up for upcoming seller summits. Of course, the one that I had signed up for fell on a day where I had my live sale. So I think I caught the first 30 or 45 minutes of it, and then I had to go. But you can always go back and watch the replay, so it's not a big deal. But they like to go over all the different cool things, the promote tools on Whatnot, show promote walkthrough, show boost walkthrough. And you can download this overview here. Shipping for Whatnot sellers, how shipping works, shipping options, advanced tools. I would strongly recommend looking this one over. Strategies for holiday season. Seller best practices, tips and tricks. Here's just what they call fireside chat with two emerging sellers. So they kind of go through their stories and stuff. The Seller Hub overview. I think this is probably one of the most important on the seller end pages you can go to really learn about stuff. All right, guys. So real-time talk. Okay. I signed up to be a Whatnot ambassador, which essentially means that I will talk about Whatnot. I will, to some degree, endorse Whatnot and promote it, right? And given that I sell on Whatnot and I have a YouTube channel dedicated to being a reseller, it only seemed fitting that I went ahead and signed up to be an ambassador for Whatnot. What that means for me is that whenever somebody uses any of my affiliate links for Whatnot, that are in my video descriptions, means I get a small kickback. And I figured that made sense to do, given that I will be frequently talking about it. But the thing with me is I'm not a good liar. And so I'm not going to sit and tell you that everything so far for me has been just, wonderful Whatnot experience. The overall has been, and I'm super excited for the day that the issues I have been having are resolved, because I think it's an incredible platform to sell and buy on. So off the top of my head, some of the issues that I personally have had so far, as I briefly mentioned before, are the issues with loading photos, guys. And I'm someone who generally takes a lot of pride in my photos, and I would much prefer to have photos of everything actually available in the auction off to the side, so that you don't have to worry about if I'm scanning the whole room, scanning every piece of inventory. I mean, that would take a lot of time, during the show to repeatedly do that. So I would love to have it right there on the side where you guys can see it and say, hey, I want to run this. And I can just go pull it off the shelf, grab it, and we can run that bad boy. And it's already ready to go. It's already got the description, the measurements, the photo, the whole bit, right? So that would be lovely. My very first live sale I did, outside of just me not really knowing what I was doing, but otherwise uploading photos and that whole process went rather smoothly. I had no issues with it. Well, as you may have already gathered, that has not been the case. And so what I've been doing from then on is just kind of winging it. I just kind of scan over everything that's available. I just tell everybody, let me know what you want me to run. and we will run it. The downside is that it takes a minimum 2 to 3 minutes for me to snap at least one photo of it and, upload it in and add it in and everything. So it kind of takes away from my ability to be interacting with you guys. And I'm assuming probably kind of boring for you, honestly. So I think it's vital for my business on Whatnot for this issue to be fixed immediately. And I can say that Whatnot support is working on it. I do know that they are. I heard back from them again here just recently, a day or so ago, letting me know that, again, that they're very well aware of it. They're working on it. Hopefully it's resolved soon. I think there's a lot of really great things about Whatnot. I strongly encourage you guys to go check it out. I'm anxious for these glitches to get fixed because I really greatly enjoy selling on the platform. It's so much fun to be live, to be interacting with you guys. It's a blast. We run for an hour and a half, and it's just fun. And on the buyer's end as well. And you can hop around from show to show if you want and all that stuff. It's just a good time, Shipping on Whatnot, that's a little different, okay? So normally, like on eBay and Niknax, when it comes to shipping, you put in the weight of the item and then you put in the dimensions of the box that the item will be shipped in. And by weight of the item, I mean like the total weight once packaged, right? And in Whatnot, every platform I sell on does combined shipping, okay? Whatnot doesn't really go by that same method. They go by what I'm assuming is just weight and likely girth. So their default setting goes to a 12 by 12 by 12 box, which in a way makes sense because if a buyer is going to be buying more than one thing, it's very likely you're going to need that size box. So a 12 by 12 by 12 box is 1 cubic foot, okay? Up until 5 pounds, I believe, they allow within that box. So they don't, it's pretty tricky, and I'm not 100% sure on how it all works quite yet. What I've been doing right now, because I had a little bit of like a faux pas, one was, it might have been a glitch on their end, it might have been my error, I don't know. I'm used to putting in the weight being what the item is when packaged and the dimensions of the box. And with Whatnot, you just put in the weight of the item without packaging, and they default it to a 12 by 12 box. So I usually will, if an item weighs 6 ounces, I'll put in there, it gives you like a drop down menu to choose from. I'll put in there like, I don't know, 10 to 12 ounces or something, just to give myself a little bit of cushion for the packaging on it and everything, because obviously, obvious reasons, but you can also go in and create custom shipping profiles. So if you have a delicate item that needs to be shipped in a specific size box or weight or whatever, you can always go in and create that. You can create shipping profiles that say, only one item allowed in a box and the box is this size. You can create one that says one item allowed in the box and it's the 1 by 1 by 1 cubic feet. There's things you can do, but the way I'm understanding it, and it's just, like I said, a little different than it's a lot different than how like eBay and Niknax and stuff operate, where Whatnot is basing it strictly on like girth and cubic feet, okay? Once you go above 1 cubic foot, it obviously increases the price quite a bit. And that's a postal thing. That's not a Whatnot thing. That's a USPS postal thing. So that did take me a little bit to kind of get down. And I think I've gotten a little bit better at it. Maybe, sort of. I in my mind, I may not be making a whole lot of sense to you guys right now, but in my mind, I feel like I've kind of started getting on track with what they're doing, okay? And it does make sense. It really does. From a live sale combined shipping aspect, it does make sense to do it the way that they're doing. So I'm not knocking them for that. I'm just saying it was very confusing for me. It still kind of is confusing for me. And so I've been hesitant to make this video a little bit because I don't want to discourage people from trying Whatnot, but I'm also not going to sit here and blow smoke up your britches either. Every platform has glitches, guys. That's the way it goes. There was one night I was uploading listings on Niknax, and all of a sudden it was like I'd click get rates for the shipping, and it did nothing. And I click get rates, nothing. Get rates. But I'll tell you what, within about an hour, that glitch was fixed or gone magically. I don't know what happened. I don't know, but it was gone. Everywhere has glitches. eBay has glitches. eBay has glitches out the rear. Okay, so everywhere has glitches. So please, please, please do not let what I'm telling you here discourage you from trying Whatnot. I have had no major things where, they're not paying me out, or I've only heard good things from buyers on the buyer end also. I have certainly more good things to say about Whatnot than bad, but I do want to be upfront and blunt with you guys about the glitches and issues that I have seen. And so I will give them a lot of props though for being on it and doing what they can to take care of it. Like I said, they are still a little bit of a newer platform. They started up a few years ago, I think, and they've grown immensely. I think Crazy Lamp Lady, some of her live sales can get a little buck wild some nights, and she gets a lot of viewers in there. And, I think they've completely crashed the Whatnot site once, if not more. So things happen, okay? But the overall experience on Whatnot is really, really good. I really enjoy it. I'd love for you guys to go check it out. Go use some of the links in my video description and stuff. I do get a small kickback from them, but go use them. Whatnot gives you like $15 free Whatnot credit. You don't have to spend it with me. Spend it wherever. Go wherever you want with it. I think you have 90 days to use that $15 free credit though, just FYI. You can contact the sellers directly if you like. You can message them. Contact the other buyers. It's more of a social media platform, say, than eBay is, certainly. It's a much larger social media aspect to it, and that is really, really cool. I think that's really helpful. So even if you click on another buyer's profile, if they have a profile picture, you can see that. There's like a little paragraph that tells you who they are and all that. It allows it to be much more of a social atmosphere. And I think that's really cool. Even if you're curious, don't even use my link. Just go check out somebody's show and get a feel for it. I think you guys would be pretty impressed. I know I am. I feel like they've come a long way in the short amount of time that they've been out there, and in a really ingenious way. In this day and age of everything being online, it's hard to come up with kind of new ideas to bring yourself up to par with everybody. So anyways, my next Whatnot sale is tomorrow at 7 p.m. While I was doing this video, I was checking again to see if I was able to upload more than one photo at a time. It seems I am still not. So tomorrow's sale will be another, we'll just keep scanning the shelves. Tell me if you want to run it, and we'll create a listing real quick for it. Hopefully, again, they have that issue fixed soon. It would make life so much easier. One other thing I wanted to say on Whatnot, and this isn't pertaining to only Whatnot, but a lot of sites are like this. And that is, if you have an Android, you typically are able to access and utilize the platform, okay? The app, oftentimes. However, you're unable to utilize many of like the seller tools, the features, which are pretty useful and some of which are rather necessary. So for instance, to like create a raid when you go to end your show, if you are on an Android, that option doesn't come up for you to do a raid. For you to do any sort of like split screening or whatever, like PIP, is that what they call it? PIP, where it's like, you can still show your face while the camera is showing whatever's in front, the item in front of you. that's not an option. There's little things like that that are not an option unless you're on an iPhone. And so you certainly can sell from an Android and all that, or even from your web browser, but you're not going to have those same features unless you have an iPhone. And I did want to point that out. I did overhear when I was listening in on the Seller Summit the other day that they are working on an Android app. I think there's some people, some of the higher ups in Whatnot are leading the charge on that because they understand that that will only improve their platform and availability to many others. So hopefully that's soon. Hopefully it is. I'm going to give you guys a quick show around the room real quick here. I've still got a lot of work to do, but let's take a quick look while we're at it, huh? All right, guys. So here's how it's all looking right now. Coming together. It'll be ready for tomorrow. It'll be mostly ready for tomorrow. Shipping table. And it worked out great. I was able to pack up all that stuff I had to take out yesterday. And so worked out great. And a bunch of stuff. I'm not done organizing and setting all my storage stuff on in here. So I still got some boxes down here. But all the boxes from the other room are moved out of there. So, yeah, I think this is generally it. I just got to figure out how to place it. But as you can see, like on that shelf, there's still lots of room. We just gotta organize it. It's tedious, you know, it's lots of little things. It's tedious. But basically during my Whatnot sale, I plan on anyway, having things kind of set on this table, some stuff over here on top of that dresser. And the stuff up top there is more storage, but otherwise, those 3 middle shelves there will be, I believe, all Whatnot stuff. Some of it may be stuff that's also listed on eBay and Niknax. A lot of the stuff may be, like that little cat. He's with the green eyes. He's listed over on Niknax. But yeah, you know, we can sell them on Whatnot. Why not? Why not Whatnot? I guess that's it for tonight, guys. I just kind of wanted to go over Whatnot. And I will do another dedicated video to Whatnot once I'm able to kind of show you a little more in depth on the app. Given the issues I've been having recently, it makes it a little bit more difficult. I do know that the percentage wise, like seller fees and stuff, it's free to sign up to be a seller. There's no charge. There's no marketplace fee to have a store. There's nothing like that. They do take a percentage of your sales. I don't recall off the top of my head exactly what that percentage is, but I believe it is less than eBay because eBay can be anywhere generally like 13 to 15 and 18%. So Niknax and Whatnot seem to be pretty good about that. Like Niknax does a $10, or not a $10, a 10% like flat fee, no matter what it is you're selling. So that is kind of nice. At least then you know exactly how much to expect is coming out. I guess that's it for now, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow night. I want to thank all you guys that repeatedly come out to my live sales and hang out and participate in the witty banter and everything, and hopefully see you tomorrow.